spending 12 months in the Republic of Vietnam. I was getting ready to come home with only 5 days left overseas. Within seconds, I lost and almost lost my life. I say I lost and almost lost my life because one morning, about 7 o'clock in the morning, my most intimate friend and I were having breakfast. Everything was so peaceful, so quiet, when all of a sudden we hear, boom! My friend looks at me, he says, Bob, we're being attacked. I turn to him, I says, no, nothing's happening. We continued eating. Seconds afterward, boom! My friend looks at me, Bob, we're being attacked. Within me, I says, I've got 5 days left. What can happen? Steve, nothing's happening, man. Don't worry about it. We continued eating. For the third time, boom! This time much closer. My friend gets up from his chair with fear, fright in his face. Bob, we're being attacked. I turned around, I said, Steve, sit down, man, finish your breakfast. Nothing's happening. We continued eating. We finished our breakfast. We got up, we began to walk out the door. As I opened the door, a rocket blew up approximately 500 yards from where we were at. We ran to see what had happened. Every single man had their rifles or their weapons and their equipment ready for combat. The enemy had just crossed our boundaries. It was either them or us. My friend looks at me, Bob, I told you, we're being attacked, and now the enemy has just crossed our boundaries. I turn to Steve. I tell him, Steve, man, I've got 5 days left. These guys are crazy. Nothing's happening. We began to walk. As we walked, we were ready to cross a bridge. I remember as I picked up my right leg, as my foot hit that bridge, the greatest, the worst tragedy in my life occurred. A rocket blew up on top of me. The last words I've heard of my friend were, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. His last words. And just seconds before this, Steve practically pleaded with me, Bob, we're being attacked. But Bob had 5 days left. What could happen? And now, seconds afterward, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. A little bit too late for Steve. I remember as that rocket blew up on top of me, my whole body from head to toe completely froze. The whole insides of my body turned hot, boiling bubbles. No pain whatsoever. Just a horrifying feeling began to mount up. From my left ear down to my throat, to my neck, to the right side of my ear. From ear to ear, my neck and throat were completely cut in half. My head just hung over. I remember I tried to scream, to yell, please, someone help me, I'm dying. Please help me. But not one lousy sound was coming out. Then I began to pray. Lord, I'm begging you, please, Lord, let me die. I want to die. No pain whatsoever. Just a miserable feeling began to mount up, second by the second. Please, I beg you. I pray, Lord, let me die. I can't stand this any longer. But nothing was happening, except that feeling grew worse and worse by the second. No pain whatsoever. For about 2 minutes, still on my feet, pleading, praying to God to please let me die. But nothing would happen. Then all of a sudden it came to me. Those precious words that I will never forget as long as I live. Lord, if it's your will, if it's your will, even though not a sound was coming out, the Lord heard my call. And that's all he wanted to hear. Because at that instant, I fell to the ground with a bit of relief in my body after all that misery. As I laid on the ground, I put my right hand on my right side of my neck. It felt like my hand went completely through the other side. It felt like someone had just opened a faucet of hot boiling bubble, of hot blood. Every single drop of blood from head to toe was completely gone in seconds. As I laid on that ground, another friend of mine comes to me. He kneels next to me. I grab for his shirt with all my might. Please help me, I'm dying. My friend looks at me with my head just completely hanging over. Tears began to roll down his cheeks. He picked up my hand. He says, Bob, you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. I was taken to the emergency aid station. Throughout this, I didn't pass out at all. I didn't lose consciousness. I was conscious of everything that was happening. As I was in the operating room, I was able to see, to feel, to hear everything that was happening. I remember they laid me on that table, stomach on the table, my left side of my cheek on the table, and my right side facing the ceiling. All of a sudden, with my right eye, I saw the doctor. At the same time, I was able to see and feel. He began to cut the shirt off my back. All of a sudden, he stops. He tells one of his helpers, hold this bottle of IV. This man is dead. This man has stopped breathing. Being able to see, to hear, to feel, yet this man is dead. I was left all alone. The doctors probably went out and made preparations to send me home in a wooden box. I was left all alone, supposedly. But I wasn't. Because seconds after, I was able to feel two powerful hands on my back. And to this day, I know that it was the precious hands of Jesus Christ. Because at that instant, the doctor comes in. He was amazed. He was astounded. He could not believe it. He begins to yell for his helper. This guy's breathing once again. He had the reasons for being so amazed. Imagine, friend, a person with his head, his neck, completely cut in half, and yet this man is still alive. All I can say is that there is power in the blood of Jesus.